What if you could take all the weight, all the drag in your business and just make it disappear? Today, we're going to talk about how AI isn't just about moving faster, it's about working lighter. We're going to look at what a truly AI-enabled organization looks and feels like. And believe me, it can completely transform your business from the inside out.
All right, so let's just start with a question that, might hit a little close to home for a lot of you. Does your business just feel heavy? Like you're pushing a boulder uphill every single day just to get the basic stuff done? If that last question made you nod, then I bet these symptoms look pretty familiar. The work just never stops piling up. Your best people are stretched way too thin. None of your systems seem to talk to each other. And it feels like every time you fix one thing, two more problems pop up. It's like a game of whack-a-mole, right? Super frustrating. But I promise you, there is a way out.
For years, maybe decades, the whole business world has been obsessed with one thing: speed. How can we do things faster? But what if that's the wrong goal? The real shift, the new reality with AI, isn't about working faster. It's about making the work itself lighter. And that's a change you can feel everywhere, from your employees' morale all the way to your customers' experience.
So how do we get to this lighter way of working? Well, the answer is AI agents. The best way to think about them is as digital staff members. Seriously, they're not just another piece of software. They're new members of your team who are built to handle all the structured, repetitive, rule-based stuff that just drains the life out of your human team.
So what does that actually look like day to day? Well, these agents are doing all the grunt work. They're the ones collecting info from forms, they're validating details, they're checking documents for compliance, moving data from A to B. They're even creating summaries, preparing first drafts, and, my personal favorite, sending all those automatic follow-up emails so you don't have to.
And here's where it gets really, really interesting. We're not just talking about automating one or two little tasks. We're talking about AI agents taking on a massive 80% of the heavy lifting in a lot of your core workflows. Just think about that for a second. 80%. That's a huge shift that frees up your people to do the high-value work they were actually hired for.
Okay, I know. 80% is a pretty bold claim. But it's not just some made-up number. It's what's actually happening in businesses right now. So let's stop talking theory and dive into 4 real-world examples that show exactly how these AI agents are making work feel lighter for teams just like yours.
All right, first up, a process that is just a slow, manual headache for so many businesses: supplier onboarding. You know the drill. It's just endless chasing, checking, and typing things from one system into another.
Okay, now let's see how AI completely flips this on its head. The supplier fills out one simple form, and then the agent takes over. It instantly validates their business number, it checks their compliance docs, it even automatically follows up if anything is missing. And your team? They only get involved when there's a real exception, something that actually needs a human brain to solve. How's that for a change? And the result of all this? It's not just a little bit better. It's a total game changer. As you can see, what used to take days of frustrating back and forth now takes just a few minutes of automated checks. That's the power of lighter work in action, right there.
Okay, example number 2. This one's for anyone in professional services. Think law firms, accounting, consulting. Anywhere your most highly paid specialists are spending way too much time on admin instead of on their actual expertise.
In this new world, the AI agent is basically your expert's new best friend. It does all the tedious work, reading through huge documents, pulling out key information, cross-checking details, and even drafting the first version of a report. This frees up your top people to do what only they can do: think, interpret, and add real value for your clients.
And this really gets to the heart of what lighter work means. It's not just about speed. It's about elevating the quality of the work itself. Your best people are no longer bogged down in busy work. They're empowered to use their brains to their absolute full potential.
Oh man, we've all been here. You have a simple question, but the only person who knows the answer is, that one person who's been at the company forever. This is what we call tribal knowledge, and honestly, it's a huge risk for any business. But what if you could change that completely?
An AI-enabled organization fixes this by creating a central brain for the business. Anyone on the team can ask a question, just like they're talking to a person, and the agent instantly finds the correct, up-to-date answer. All of a sudden, your business isn't dependent on any single person's memory anymore. This is such a profound shift. It really changes the DNA of your company. When the knowledge belongs to the organization, not just a few key people, you build a business that's way more resilient, more scalable, and way more sustainable. It's a true game changer for your long-term health.
And for our last example, let's talk about growth. As you get more customers, you get more questions. The old way of doing things was to just hire more support staff, but you and I both know that's just not sustainable.
So how do you scale support without your costs exploding? Well, you use an AI agent as your first line of defense. Think of it like a super efficient front desk that can classify every request, instantly answer all the simple stuff, and gather all the needed info before escalating the complex issues to your human team.
The payoff here is a classic win-win. Your customers are way happier because they get instant answers to their easy questions. And your staff? They're more effective and less stressed because they're not constantly being interrupted, which lets them focus on solving the problems that really need a human touch.
So we've seen how AI can fix onboarding, empower your experts, unlock your company's knowledge, and scale your customer service. And when you start putting all these pieces together, you're not just using a few cool AI tools, you're actually building a whole new kind of company, the Agentic Organization.
This slide right here says it all. This is the fundamental shift we're talking about. In the old world, humans were the doers, and technology was just a tool to help them do things. In this new world, humans are the thinkers, the strategists, the guides, and the AI agents are the ones executing on that strategy.
Just imagine a workplace where everything just flows, where work feels coordinated, information is clear, and your team finally stops juggling a million things at once. A place where humans get to focus on the stuff we're best at: creativity, empathy, and good judgment. That's the real promise here.
Look, seeing this future is exciting, right? It's inspiring. But inspiration isn't a plan. So the big practical question that's left is, how do you actually get there? How do you take the first real step from being a heavy business to becoming a light one?